please stick to it. Now, this is the type of interview that we are going to discuss today. First one is called traditional interview. Traditional interview is called 101 or 1-to-1 interview. Basically, when you are attending a 1-to-1 interview, it is not that difficult because it's 1-to-1. You can easily convince. If you have the good communication skill, you can easily convince the guy to buy your idea. Next is called panel interview. This is a bit difficult in the sense panel will consist of maybe 4 to 5 people, and these people are experts in different domain. Now, all these experts will not be from the same domain. Different people, like if it's a panel of 5 members, the 5 experts from different subject specialty will be there in the panel. And one problem in panel discussion is a rapid fire round. Once you enter the room, you are asked to sit down, and after starts the question our session. So once, for example, Mr. X is asking a question to you, and you are thinking, the Mr. Y will not give you time to think about that. Mr. Y will directly ask you another question like rapid fire, and will shoot you the second question. So Mr. Such and such, what is your thinking about this? Panel interview is bit difficult in the sense that they might randomly ask you question without giving time. Now, if you know the answer, answer it. If you do not know the answer, simply say, sorry, I don't know. Or you can politely also say, thank you for enlightening me, but I have no understanding, clear understanding about that. So don't waste time. Panel interview. Next interview is called telephonic interview. Prior to this arrival of this corona pandemic, people used to face telephonic interview. Like my first interview with Google was a telephonic interview. So when you are giving interview with telephone, make sure you have a good network, strong network first. Second thing is that there is no network delay. Third thing is that your voice modulation plays a very significant role. Voice modulation, like the way you are moving your voice, it plays a very crucial role. Let me give you an example. You have a problem with your mobile network, so you are calling the customer care guy. Customer care guy may have been blasted by another fellow just before you, but even then, the customer care guy will appear to you, will say to you in a polite manner, how can I help you? Now, this is the etiquette that is expected from a from a candidate. The same thing is expected. So when you are communicating via phone, it's this thing plays a very crucial role, modulation of voice. Next one is called stress interview. Now, stress interview, it could be physical stress or it could be mental stress. Now, what is physical stress? Physical stress, for example, you are applying for a sports manager position. So they might keep your interview on the third floor and might ask you to climb up the stair instead of taking the lift because you have applied for a position of physical rigor. So this is physical stress. Another stress, mental stress, is they'll give you mental stress. They might ask you something. They might ask you something which is very stressful to you. For example, if you are constantly changing your jobs, they might ask you a simple question: Why are you changing your jobs one year after another? So the idea, this kind of thing. Now, if you break down in the stress interview, you are not likely to be taken because you don't have the capacity or you don't have the metal. Uh, who is this Parag? Parag Thakre? Anyone?
Yes, sir, sorry.
Samriddhi itself.
Is it a, he is a
Sorry,
student?
I was logging it from laptop, so by mistake I logged from my father's account.
Okay, so I'll accept.
No, no, sir.
Okay, so I'll accept this one, Vaibhav Kumar. Okay, fine. Okay, because nowadays some popping up things are coming. People whom I don't even know. I don't know how it gets to those people. Anyway, so I was talking about stress interview. So physical stress is physically you are climbing up the stairs. Mental stress is like people are artificially creating pressure on you. That's a stress interview. Next one is a case interview. Companies like Google, they give a case. What is this case? In IIMs also, they give you a case, and usually this case interview, one question is given to you, and these questions are very much tricky in nature. So these case studies are given to you. These case studies are given to you, and you have to come up with the answer. And remember, there is nothing called right and wrong. It depends how you are interpreting the situation. Let me create a case for you guys. While coming to college, you saw one person, injured person, is lying on the road. So what happened? Your immediate conscience will say that you take this person to the hospital. So you did it. And once you took this person to the hospital, police, I mean, doctor said that unless and until there is an FIR, we cannot start the treatment. So you went to the police station, and you see in police station, third party people are there, and they are saying that unless and until you bribe us, we are not going to lodge an FIR. So what happened? What will you do? You will bribe the police personnel, or you will let the person die. Either way. Now, in this case, you have to take a decision. In both ways, you are correct, but you have to be logical enough. Few years back, like 5 or 6 years back, also Google's recruitment policy was like they used to give a mathematical problem in the roadside where everyone visits in a poster, and this used to advertise like, if you have the answer for this math, please walk to Google. So this is a kind of case based interview. Next one is called exit interview. Like companies like TCS, CTS, or say Carnegie, say, or Capgemini, when when some people are leaving their organization, they take a feedback. Now, when I left VIT, that time also I faced this exit interview. This is basically a kind of self-assessment for that institute. This is there to assess why employees are leaving this particular organization, and if they think these the people, if they are thinking, if wait a second. So if they think the person who is leaving is an asset to the company, will make sure to give that particular person some privileges, so that they can retain this particular fellow. So exit interview is basically a feedback interview. So this happened everywhere. Like if you are an asset to the company, and if you are thinking of leaving, if you are tender your resignation, then immediately they will call for a exit meeting. Next category is not really in proper sense of the term, lunch or dinner interview. This is pretty informal in the sense, usually you will never find this kind of interview except on occasionally. I'm saying except and occasionally because these are rarest of the rare. So companies like Apple, companies like Google occasionally go for lunch or dinner interview. Usually, they call for a meeting with the candidate in a five-star hotel, and they ask the candidate to appear the interview in that hotel. And in that case, usually table manners and etiquettes are observed, and the company will pay the bill. So lunch and dinner also a kind of interview. Next one is called screening interview. Screening interview is basically is to reduce the number of competence. For example, 70 people appeared for one post, one interview, but only three post is vacant. Out of 70, it is very difficult to choose three. So they will go for screening interview. So after screening interview, they will reduce 70 to 15, or maybe something lesser than that. So once 15, they have reduced from 15 to 3. This is easy. So this is the thing. This is called screening interview. Last category is known as promotional interview. Basically, within the organization, when you are opting for deputy manager to manager, that time this kind of interview is conducted. Basically, promotional interview is related to your job and they ask you question from your job only. So these are the types of interview. It's a straight cut question. What are the different interview techniques and how to manage those interviews? It's a straight question. So that's all. If you have any question, you can ask me. Any question? No question.
No, sir.
Anirudh?
No question, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can
Sriyanshu?
you explain? Sir,
Sajal, bolo.
yes, sir. Sir, case interview, can you explain again?
Case interview basically a question is given to you, case studies is given to you. Just I gave you that example of a fictitious case interview I gave you. Like another case interview like is also there, like uh, one airport manager who is not really good in English is not able to communicate to his, superiors or juniors. So, in that case, what will you suggest this person to help him in his communication? This could be one of the case. Usually, one problem is given to you when you are going for, like in IIM's interview also, they give you questions or case studies. So these case studies is basically a problem solving thing. One problem is given to you, so you need to sort it out. And remember, case studies, there is nothing called wrong. There is nothing called wrong. If you remember my first class with you guys, 69 paradigm, do you remember? हाथ में 16 लाइन लिख के उल्टा करो, कितना दिखोगे?
So 96.
96.
96, एक बार करके देखो.
Sir, 69.
So
69 years.
it is not 96. So it is not 96, but the thing is that 6 is becoming 9 and 9 is becoming 6. It is not that I am right, you are wrong. Case studies is a peculiar thing where everyone is right. Everyone is right provided your logic is solid. If your logic is solid, no one can deny. So this is the thing usually we watch in a case interview. Clear, Sajal?
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Sir,
Yes, Shivanshu?
sir, you said that in exit interview, a candidate is an asset.
If the candidate is an asset, they will conduct an exit interview.
So what are the questions they ask in this type of interview?
Usually, they want to know what are the reasons because of which you are tendering your resignation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And they are increasing the privileges.
Yes, like let me give you my example. When I got offer from NIT Raipur, that time I was in VIT Vellore. So in interview, what happened when I came for interview in faculty position in NIT Raipur? My external member was one from IIT Bombay, one from IIT Kharagpur, another was IIM Raipur director. So this fellow, I am Raipur director. He just asked me a straight away question that the package that you are getting in VIT is more than what you are get expected to get in NIT Raipur. So why do you want to compromise? They asked me a simple question. I said, though the starting is pretty less compared to VIT salary, but still at end of the day, it's a government and that's private. So the same thing when I was in VIT, where they asked me a simple question: Why are you leaving VIT? So I just I cannot exactly say that I got an offer from NIT Raipur. I said it in another way. I got a better opportunity. So they increased the privileges, like they gave me a car, 24 into 7 chauffeur driven car, one administrative position, and other two three things. And so, but I was determined to leave VIT because I got a government job. So these kind of things are there in industry. Clear?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
as like other parents, do you also favor government job is better than private one?
uh Yes, because but मोदी आने के बाद तो सिनेरियो completely change हो गया है. But the thing is, end of the day, private and government, there is a huge difference. Like at least in VIT, I will say work culture is fantastic. I must appreciate that. In South India, I worked for 5 years. Work culture is fantastic. I really love that work culture. But the problem is, cultural difference and pretty far from my hometown. And so that's what I have decided to switch over to here. And
Sir,
if I could not make it into government, fine, I will stay back. Like many of my colleagues are there. It's not bad, but end of the day, private and government do make a difference.
sir, what about the professional experience in private and the government sector?
Working culture, I will say it was 100% more efficient and better in VIT than what I'm seeing in government.
Okay, sir.
And any other question, Shipranshi?
Sir,
Any question, Shipranshi?
No, sir, no, sir.
Okay, Shibanshu?
sir, in when giving the answers to an interviewer, they interrupt many times before completing the answer. Though, and then
Hmm.
how to deal with this?
You can politely say that, sir, let me answer sir's question first, then I'll come to you.
Like
But make
this.
sure your tone here should be polite.
Yes, sir.
Got my point?
They're
Okay.
trying to temper.
Don't try to show temper. Otherwise, you are gone.
Yes, sir.
And the most difficult thing about the interview is that there is no written record. There is no video recording also. So even they scold you, even if you say a sheet, they say a sheet, everything is open. So that's a good thing and that's a bad thing as well. That's a kind of, anything can happen. There is no record of it. So always try to be polite. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And any other question?
Sir, please can you explain again the screening interview?
Screening is interview is basically to reduce the number of applicants to a sizable number. As I have said earlier, like here one company came, they are looking for only three candidates, but the list of applicant was more than 100. So they first go went for a written interview, screening interview. If they have time, they'll go for screening interview in written. If they don't have time, they'll go for a panel screening interview. Panel, and they will screen you out. So out of 70, they will reduce the number to 15, and they will take the interview of 15 seriously in order to find three people. So this is how it is. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
Sir, when we will take promotional interview? When we will get?
For example, in your organization, you are moving from one post to another post. That time is a promotional interview. Clear, Tejesh?
Means they will ask questions from our previous job and they will give promotion to other job.
Same job only, but designation changes. For example, now I am assistant. When I will be promoted to associate, I will be assessed based on my output in terms of academic and non-academic jobs.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. Regarding MCQ 2, please, I will ask you, all of you, read in between the line. Let me give you an example. In nonverbal communication, which plays a significant role, intonation or body language? What will be the answer?
Body language.
Body
Body
language.
language. It's not intonation or something else. Read in between the language. You have, most probably you will get 1 hour time, most probably. So read in between the line. Questions are easy provided the concepts are clear to you. But if the concept itself is not clear, then really don't blame. Any other question? Okay, I need your honest feedback so that I can improve myself. Please, you are free to criticize me, or if you want, you can give suggestion. Vaibhav, when a small startup company present their views to big companies, what type of interview will that? Startup company will give interview to the big companies. It depends. For example, initially, definitely it will be kind of screening, like when big companies are taking up startup companies, like when Tata is taking up companies, like 10 companies have applied to be acquired by Tata. So Tata, when Tata company will go for choosing that thing, it will be a screening one, so that they can in future they can work with them. So once they have a confirmation from their end, they will go for final. Okay, so feedback session, please help me to improve myself. Any suggestion, Tenjin?
No need, sir.
Yes, sir.
Arey, I am a human being, I have my
Sir,
limitation.
sir, I have one feedback, sir.
Yes, boy.
Sir, actually, actually, I have written the notes that you have said, sir. But
Hmm.
these are not matching with the PDF that you provide, sir. It will be easier for us if you provide us.
Well, good thing pointed out, Tenzin. I'll tell you one thing. See, I don't believe in giving notes. So what I give study notes. I concepts I discuss in the class, so that you can clarify the concept with me and read it in the notes. And when it comes to MCQ1 and MCQ2, these tests are usually designed to differentiate between the good and best. These tests are intentionally kept in that level so that we can differentiate between the good and the best. So this is only of 30 weightage. 70 is there, Tenjin. So this 70 is the great leveler. So it will match everything. No one till date has failed in this online exam. So don't worry about that. And MCQ 1 and 2, as I have said earlier also, it's for your benefit, so that it can tell you where you are standing. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
And any other feedback? Tarun, please go ahead.
so the number of questions in MCQ2, sir, what will be?
Most probably it will be 30 and 1 hour. Most probably. Not yet decided.
Okay, sir.
Any feedback, boy, Tarun?
I don't see any flaws in you, sir. Sorry.
I'm a human being, man. I have flaws. Please suggest me so that I can
But
improve.
in MCQ,
Yes,
when
Samriddhi?
there's so in MCQ when there's a passage, the
Hmm.
questions from the passage can be exactly below the passage.
I,
Yes, sir.
I actually I
Yes.
have listened to this kind of thing earlier also, but this is quite logical, Samriddhi. I know you are logical, but the problem here, if it's in the same sequence, people are very smart. That's the thing, Samriddhi, and
Sir,
1 hour
but
time is given
sir,
only
but
for that.
sir, but it's hard for us
I
to select
understand,
like
Shivam.
which
I
question is
understand.
from
I
passage.
understand. I agree 100% with Shivam and Samriddhi. I'll
Sir,
see
like
next
one
time what we
suggestion.
can do.
Sir, can I give one suggestion? Like,
Yes, boy,
sir,
definitely.
sir, you arrange the all the questions from which are from the passage and rearrange them like you are giving 10 question from passage. Like change the number from all those. Change
Understood
the.
your point. Next time I will try. Next time I will try. Thank
Sir,
you, Shivam.
actually I'm saying that put them correctly at in a sequence, but not in a sequence at a single place. Like 10 question are together, but their
No,
sequence are
actually,
interchanged
in
between
Google,
them.
you have only one option, either random or fixed. So if you fix it within a particular comprehension passage, you don't have the choice. Either go for random or go for fixed. If you go for fixed, people are smart. If you go for random, this is the result. Which one shall I follow? Tell me.
Sir, just
Sir,
add
then
five
I
more
suggest.
five more minutes.
For one for passage.
Yes, Shashank.
So two Google Forms we can create, one for passage and the other for other questions.
We will think of it in future. Next semester, hopefully, it is not going to be online. So let's see. Sujal, please go ahead.
Nothing, sir. I was just saying to increase the time if this is the case.
Are 1 hour time is given. In 1 hour, we have been questioned, man. Your coordinator, mentor, professor called me before the before that exam and said that 15 marks के लिए 1 घंटा क्यों दे रहे हो? मुझे डांट सुनना पड़ा बेटा.
Sir, one thing you can do is from each question which are from passage, you can mention in that question also.
Fine.
You can
This is a
mention
good.
that it
This
is
is a
from
good one,
it
Shivam.
is from passage.
I will follow this one. This suggestion is a practical one. Okay, Shivam, I'll do it.
Okay, sir.
Very good
Sir.
suggestion. Any other question or suggestion? Any of you, please.
Sir.
I'm not going to penalize a single soul. I'm not that sort of fellow. If you have a criticism of me, please feel free. Shreyanshu, bolo.
Sir, please don't give us controversial options, sir.
Controversial?
Options, sir. There is like 5 options, or there is somewhere where it's 4 options.
Only
In
one
question.
option is correct, man.
Yes, sir. But there should be a different point of view. There should be the 2 options also be correct in MCQ.
But in one question, only one answer is definite answer. Another are looking like, but they are not really the answer. Srishti Singh, I cannot really help it. I understand your problem, Srishti, but that's an administrative decision. Earlier also, I told you this is not my thing. It's not my, the ball is in the court of the decision makers. We have been asked to take the class, that's all.
Sir,
Okay, sir.
Yes.
sir, can you tell about logically incorrect and incorrect question?
Logically incorrect and
Incorrect.
incorrect and logically incorrect. Okay. Incorrect. Uh, yellow color watermelon. Yellow color watermelon is what will I say? Available. So yellow color watermelon is available in the market. For example, yellow color watermelon is available in the market. This is logically correct. This is grammatically correct. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Logically correct
No,
means
this is grammatically correct. Yellow color watermelon is available in the market.
Yes, sir.
Grammatically
Yes,
correct. But
yes, sir.
if you think it
Logically not.
logically, is it there?
No, sir.
So that's a difference. Grammatically correct, logically correct.
So, if there is no option like logically correct, so
No,
we
actually,
can.
those things, no, actually, we just created as a dummy.
Yes.
Okay,
Like,
we
but
created dummy.
it will be a correct sentence, sir.
Which one?
This yellow color watermelon is available in market. This will still be correct sentence.
Grammatically correct sentence.
Okay.
Grammatically correct. Yellow color watermelon is available in the market. But logically, if you think it's wrong.
Sir, but what about incorrect, sir?
Incorrect means grammatically correct or grammatically incorrect.
Oh,
Understood?
yes, sir.
Any other question? Okay,
Can you once
once
again
this
define
MCQ,
logically
wait
incorrect
a
or
second,
correct?
please. Once this MCQ 2 is over, we will go for PowerPoint presentation. Okay, Shubhanshu Sarap. If it's get offline, most probably it is not going to be this much difficult because you are under the eyes of your faculty.
But still, you said, sir, that the MCQ exam is to differentiate between good with the best. So it will still be difficult than semester
No,
exam.
actually the difference here, it's an open book exam. It's an open book exam and that makes the difference. Google is available to good and best. But
So
if
whoever utilizes at the best, sir.
yes, boy.
Whoever utilizes Google.
No, he's not the best man. That's what my conclusion is this. If you look at the paragraph that I have given you, the paragraph is not difficult. But the thing is that instead of reading the paragraph, 90% of you have checked Google. Am I right?
No, sir. No.
Many a cases I know, instead of reading paragraph, people Googled it. So if you read these things, like paragraph I have given from a book, home. So that is Agamben coming community. So it's from the book. If you read the paragraph, the questions are available there. But the thing is that it is not easy. I know. I know it is not easy because it's an open book exam and 1 hour time is given.
So, is there any paragraph in MCQ2?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because MCQ 2 will be based on unit 2 and unit 3 and 4.
Yes.
Any other question, suggestion, feedback?
So the portion is unit 3 and
Unit
unit 4.
3 and unit 4. Letter writing and report writing pending. I know, as I have said earlier, I will complete it. Don't worry. And any other question?
So I would like to give my feedback on specifically two questions from the
Yes,
last
boy.
MCQ test.
Yes, boy.
So one of the questions was on the paragraph. It was asked, it was asked for we were asked to say whether Jews were discriminated or not, which is basically not directly in the paragraph, but the question was more or less on our thought about it.
No, 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 not at
In
all. Not at all. This is the problem, man. Like when a comprehension passage is given, you are 100% supposed to answer from the passage itself. If you are not doing it, you are doing it wrong.
I'm saying that the passage itself did not directly give any answer. It was basically both the ways was writing it was correct. That is my
Uh,
like
let me see. I will
that was my
show you.
interpretation of the question. And then another question was on the kick the bucket one, which is pretty
Kick
absurd
the
according
bucket
to me.
one. Actually, the thing,
So
kick the bucket. I
actually,
will tell you.
I understood your logic when you said that like bucket kick is different, bucket is different. When they combine together, they're giving us a meaning, like a
Uh,
different meaning. But so when you
hmm.
give that explanation, what I my personal thought is that this explanation for putting it as an answer in our test was very poor. It was a poor explanation. I didn't know. I wasn't convinced. That's my personal point of view on
Okay,
that.
fine, fine, fine. Okay,
It was pretty
this one.
absurd for a question.
Okay, fine. So that's a good one. So I will show you the paragraph. See here, the truth which is difficult. Okay, the Jews were exterminated not in a mad and giant Holocaust, but exactly as Hitler had announced as lies. The Jews has been compared to lies.
So
Got my
not
point?
this question. This was not this question. There's one more question based on this. Like this has the direct me answer in the question in the paragraph
Mm-hmm.
itself.
Mm-hmm. So which
Like
one?
the first one, the very first one itself. It's on the paragraph, right?
Okay. This one
Yes.
in the present scenario.
Yes, sir.
Has taken a sacrifice of life has taken a backstage. True.
Yes, sir. But in one sense, if we say false, also it's correct, right? There is nothing we you cannot
No, no, no,
deny
no, 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 no,
based on
not
the
at all.
paragraph.
No, no, no. Read it. First two, three lines. In modernity, the principle of sacredness of life is thus completely emancipated from the sacrificial ideology. And in our culture, the meaning of the term sacred continues the semantic history of Homo sacer and not that of sacrifice. So, sacrifice, the meaning of sacrifice, earlier we used to attach as completely emancipated. This is the thing. The word, like when I was taking the class on memo, I think I have not taken a class on memo, or I have taken it in unit 2. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So memo, if you say memo, actually it was meant for serving two purposes. One is congratulatory, another is disciplinary. But what happened during the course of time, memo has become a disciplinary action, not the congratulatory one. Actual meaning of sacrifice is attached to something which is pious, which is very much good in the sense. But this particular sacrifice has taken a backstage because of this. Read the paragraph. Any other question? Kick the bucket and this one. Any other thing?
Sir, in the PPT, sir, like when we opt any topic, sir, can we give our personal suggestions in that? Can we mention our personal suggestion?
You can like in conclusion when you are concluding the paragraph presentation that time you can.
Okay, sir.
But make sure your I mean suggestion looks good. Otherwise, if you say that Mahatma Gandhi should not have done this, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose should have done this kind of suggestion will not be entertained.
Sir, but indirectly we can ask the question like if I want to ask a question about Mahatma Gandhi without mentioning his name,
Sir, after all,
can
they
he
are
ask
human.
that?
See, in a parliamentarian thing, direct attack on a particular person is not allowed. So that is unparliamentarian. You are not supposed to question someone in with direct name, or you cannot insult anyone with a direct name.
So that's what I am saying, that we can ask indirectly without mentioning his or her name.
Can you give me an example?
Uh, Sir, like everyone question about Nathuram Godse, why did he kill Mahatma Gandhi? But no one asked about the 26,000 people who got killed during the partition time.
Ah, sir. Point.
Understood. Understood. But this is a sensitive issue, man. Don't create.
Sir,
Don't create
I
it.
chose sir, I chose colonial past India, that is Bharat, as my topic. So is it fine?
It's
Like
fine, but I will request all of you, please don't choose
sir,
anything.
it might get a little sensitive, sir. Like
I mean, don't choose anything sensitive. Otherwise, tomorrow newspaper you will become the headline.
so I bought a whole book, sir. Like the book is sensitive. I
So
Sir,
make
we are
sure you.
supposed to present our views or we are supposed to present an ideology. So,
No, if you are giving their views, that's fine. But conclusion should be your.
okay, sir.
So that's the way. I mean, I will simply ask, what is your contribution in this PPT? So
Sir,
that time
what I
you have to
said
say
right
this is
now,
yes, boy.
sir, what I said right now is I'm not asking to any particular person. Like I am asking that no one talk about that 26,000 innocent
Understood. That is
person.
fine.
That's it.
That is fine. No
Sir,
problem. But when you are giving a presentation on sensitive topic, make sure you are not making any sensitive comments.
okay, sir.
Okay? Because otherwise, tomorrow newspaper it will be your headline, and I am the scapegoat.
sir, should we mention references at the last?
Yes, references are required. I will
Sir, I
show a
have given.
sample. Don't worry. I will give you a 1 week time. 1 week time, and 1 week time you have to prepare. Clear?
So that 1 week time after MCQ, na sir?
After MCQ.
Sir,
Yes,
format.
sir.
I will take it, man. Don't worry. Sarkar is there. Don't worry, man. And any other question?
Sir, I
Answer.
have given my feedback in comment box.
You've given your feedback in the comment box. Okay. Great topic, Tenjin. Life in life in village of Himalaya. Fine, it's okay, okay, but make it interesting so that people will get to know. I have
Okay, sir.
increased. In online class, when you teach, your way is only in audio mode. Sometimes something missed, then it is missed. After understanding will be difficult. So if you write in writing pad what you have taught, okay, fine, understood. Understood. Actually, day before yesterday, Friday, we had a meeting with Microsoft team. They have a thing called whiteboard. I will try to learn that one. That's a good thing. I will try. So thank you, Srianshu. I will try to learn that one.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Whiteboard, Microsoft is having an app. So I will try to learn that one.
Sir,
That's a
there
good
is
suggestion, Srianshu. Thank you.
one note, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shubhanshu, anything else?
No, sir, no, sir.
Any other question?
Sir, my PPT topic is World After COVID-19, sir. Is it good?
Make it interesting so that we'll get to know something from you.
Sir, there is also some views in internet, so I can use them.
Definitely, but don't copy paste it.
Sir, at least for the references, we could use the internet. We won't copy paste, but for the
Oh,
knowledge.
absolutely, absolutely. Tarun Gupta, go ahead, please.
So, can I do a case study on Israel and the Six-Day War, Yom Kippur War that Israel fought against the Arabic world?
Please don't just cram the data.
I'll
Make
make it
it inter-
interesting, sir.
make it interesting so that we'll learn something from you.
The topic is very interesting, sir.
So that's what I'm saying now. I'm interested to learn from you guys because you have so many understanding. Like you guys are, age-wise, you guys are, quite new. So you know much more better than me because our understanding is limited. But you guys are reading and watching all those things and playing games and all those things. So I would like to know from you guys. Vivek Singh, telepathy, make it interesting, man. Any other question?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, my
Anushri.
PPT topic is effect of language in different parts of country in past few decades, like in cities and villages and
Anushri, please come again. What?
effect of language in
Effect of
different parts
effect or effect?
effect.
Effect of language.
Yes, sir.
So make it interesting. This is a good topic. Make it interesting so that we'll
Will it
get to know
be under
something.
discriminating, sir? Will it be discriminating, like discriminating about some villages and talking about cities?
No, no, this is fine. Don't make it sensitive.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because community wise, religion wise, and other things, those sensitive things should be avoided.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we talk about in the PPT? Can we talk about the like Indians condition during the time of emergency?
Uh, but make sure there is
Sounds
nothing
sounds
sensitive.
political, sir.
Hmm,
Cultural destruction of
Very
India.
political.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Somebody.
I will present the truth data, sir. Some correct data I will present.
Sir, every political party in India speaks truth, so it makes no sense.
That's
So
why
if you are go
I'm not from
factually,
an
like
Indian.
if you are presenting factual data, but make sure you are not presenting anything sensitive. Otherwise, you will be newspaper headline, and I have to stop the presentation.
Sir, cultural destruction of India, like it would be right topic.
Oh, fine. That's good.
Okay, sir.
Like long back, I think 5-6 years back, there was a movie called Arakshan. Dekhe ho kya? Any of you?
Yes, sir.
It's all about
Yes,
reservation
sir.
category. So I'm not against it, but the people, there are people I know who are, like one of my friend is a fake SC. One of my friend, close friend is a fake SC. His mother, his father, mother, brother, sister, everyone is a general caste, but he is a fake SC. How will you treat these people? It's not good, na? In everyone in your family is a general caste, but if you become SC, then it's a glaring thing. This
Sir,
kind
how
of
did you treat, sir?
Sir, it's also not that thing. It's the thing of reservation is like providing privileges to those who are really desirable to it. Like
but
it
many
should be on
people
the
are looking
economic basis. Yes,
But
sir.
going
many
Like
people
I
are
am
there who
coming to
don't
it.
even need that reservation, no?
Yes,
uh,
sir. Yes, sir. Many
let me tell
people,
you, I
many
think,
people who are really SC, but they don't need any reservation.
let me tell
They
you,
are very from good economical.
last year I was in admission duty. So one fellow came, most probably from Delhi. So his father, he has given, I think, some A certificate that he is not willing to, he is not supposed to pay the full fee. His father is a Supreme Court lawyer. He is having a phone which is more than 20,000. So he is claiming that some category, or I don't remember what category it was. So, but in form he declared that he does not have money, this and that. So he need privileges of that tuition fees should be waived. So I was the verifying officer. So I told the fellow, boy, what is the mobile that you are using? So he showed me the mobile, and I said that what is the price? So he said that's at 20K. So 20K mobile, and he is showing his father's yearly income is less than 1 lakh. So just think of it. So less than 1 lakh, I'm saying 80,000. So 20,000 gone. Only 60,000, and 60,000 में उनका 12 महीने चल जाता है. And उनका father is a lawyer in Supreme Court. Is it feasible? Tell me.
No, sir, that's what
No,
I
sir.
was talking about.
How will you treat? But when I said, boy, why are you doing it? Just out of compassionate ground, you have the money. Why don't you pay it to the government? Because let me tell you one thing, I pay around 2 lakhs as a tax. Frankly speaking, before joining IIT, before going to AIMS, I used to think government is looting. But frankly speaking, once you come to any AIMS or once you visit any IIT, you will get to know which amount of money government is pumping in this institute. Definitely, corruption is there. I agree 100%. But the thing is that at least some people are working. Some people are
Yes,
working.
sir.
Someone paid fees for me. I studied in IIT Kharagpur. I used to pay 22,000 only. Only 22,000 in 6 months. Can you think? Not even
Sir, even
4,000.
sir, even in AIMS, on a particular individual students, government spends about like lakhs of lakhs. But
But
what is his fees? Like, matlab 2 lakhs for the whole 5 years.
so that's my thing. If you can afford, why don't you pay it? That's my thing. But the fellow said that, sir, I challenge you. You cannot prove me wrong. I was the verifying officer. I'm not supposed to open my mouth. I said that, yes, boy, whatever you have given me a government document, I think that was certified by some panchayat or someone that his income is less than 1 lakh. So what can I say? I cannot say anything. So this is highly wrong. If you deserve, I have no problem at all. Like here in this faculty, we have a colleague who is the first educated person in his entire village. Can you think of it? Entire village में पहला educated PhD है. ग्राम में कोई पढ़ता ही नहीं हुआ उसके. He is an SC and he is a PhD holder. He is the first student to get a PhD degree from IIT. Think of it. This kind of people really, really deserve. But this kind of friend of mine who is a SC but his parents are general caste, it's a fake thing, na? So if you
Yes,
talk
sir.
about these things, it will become an issue. So it is better to not to get into an argument.
So
Sir,
India is a democracy.
but there is need of voice, sir.
No, like the thing is that if you deserve, I have no problem at all. I have no problem at all. But if you can afford, why don't you pay? That is my question.
Yes, sir. That's what the like
And you won't believe, and
genuine question, sir.
the same day, I saw a boy from Bihar is not able to fill the hostel form because उनके पास पैसा नहीं है. उनके पापा आए हैं, पापा गांव से है, बिल्कुल गांव से है. He is wearing a dhoti, I mean, above the knee. So dress code itself says that they are in dire need of money. उनके पास पैसा नहीं है फॉर्म फिल अप करने का. Just think of it. And he is a general caste. What can you do?
Sir,
This
it's all
is
because of politics, sir. All
this
the
is all
political
very
parties
painful, bro. But
fear of
सर
losing their vote.
सर अब तो ये चेंज भी नहीं हो सकता ना कि एक बार बी आर अम्बेडकर ने लिख दिया तो अब like, कोई
you
फर्क
cannot
पड़ने
do
की कोई
anything.
जरूरत नहीं.
Our hands are tied. We cannot challenge the decision of government, na?
This is the problem, sir. Like, people are emotional full, like they are emotionally connected with the memories of B.R. Ambedkar, look how he suffered, something like that. They won't want to change it.
That is true, but fine. It's a government rule. We should not challenge it. Yes, Arun.
So I think this argument is not totally correct because uh, if I go like 30 kilometers from my home, I can see the people who are ST, SC, and they can't even afford to eat. So it is
Sir,
not.
we are saying that only. We are saying that the those who got reservation, all of them are not like desirable, and all
Now,
of them
my
are not
question is that if
fake.
you can afford, why don't
Reservation,
you pay?
yes, sir. So reservation should be all about the economical condition, Tarun. Their economical condition is
That's my
not
point.
good.
If you can afford, why don't you pay? That's my
It
question. If
Yes, sir. It
government
should
is
not
giving,
be on
I
the
have no problem. No
yes,
problem.
sir.
But think of the people. Like that day, I was on in my tears, you know. I was in the admission committee. I was really on tears that this fellow is not able to fill the form because उनके पास पैसा नहीं है. और यहाँ
Sir,
पर
even sir, let me give one example. Even in my village, those who are like Rajput and Brahmins, they are sir very poor. Like my Charvah is Rajput, sir. Sir, look at his economical conditions, sir. How will be he able to fill the fees of an IITs and ITs if his child goes to that college?
that is true.
That's why
Okay.
we need a reservation system according to the economic perspective.
Yes,
And
yes, not on the basis of the caste and the religion, all these things.
Shubhanshu Sharaf. Shubhanshu, yes boy.
So you should have been our value education teacher.
Thank you. Anything, any other feedback to me?
Yes, sir. I also want, sir.
Yes, boy.
You should be our value education teacher.
Yes, sir. I also agree.
Yes, sir.
That's not really my cup of tea. It's a
Sir,
common man's understanding, man.
sir, you speak about the genuine things, not about the partiality, and you don't think that what the other people will think, what I say
No,
as a professor.
frankly speaking, मुझे जो अच्छा लगता है मैं बोल देता हूँ.
Yes, sir. You
Like
said.
you won't believe. मैं स्टूडेंट को बहुत डांटता हूँ, सच बता रहा हूँ, बहुत डांटता हूँ. But you remember one thing, this is for your benefit only. It's for your benefit. None of you are my enemy. Trust me. Like in a presentation, I scolded one girl, PhD student. Her father is a deputy DM, I think, something like that. So she cried like hell. But you won't believe, after 6 months, she gave a wonderful presentation. So my suggestion to all of you is, if you can exceed me in my profession, then only I'll understand my education or my class or my lecture to you guys are useful. If you cannot exceed your teacher, then what sort of education your teacher has given you? That's what my feeling. I did not join Google because I didn't like it. But my students are joining in Google. My students are there in Apple. So that's my achievement. It's not that I'm in here just because of money. Money is there in corporate, I know, but I don't like that much. My students are there and they are tagging me in when they are joining Apple. They are saying that, sir, I joined Apple. That's my achievement. And I really believe in scolding, and because selling candy and making happy everyone, it's good, but I really don't like that idea. I am a faculty and I should say what is good and what is bad, because that's my job. And if I am saying you all the good thing and no bad thing, that's really injustice. And I trust me, before every class I give a thorough preparation. I started teaching in 2004 in a degree college. So from 2004 to 2022, 18 years of teaching. Even if I don't read, I can take a class, but I don't do that. Before every class, I sit down for a preparation, I take a note, then only I come to class. Otherwise, if I'm not prepared to take the class, I don't take the class. I simply crack a joke, tell story, I say goodbye. So that's me. I try. I'm not sure whether I'm good or bad. That you guys are there to decide. So that's all. We'll meet after MCQ 2.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.